we will see about the history of the United Nations and about how international rules and regulations are enacted, enforced, and being conducted. So we'd like to tell you about the IMO, basically. Some of you might be wondering, what is IMO and what are its aims and in what way am I connected with IMO, or how does IMO affect my career and my working in the ship? The answer is simple. The objective of this lesson is to make you aware how an enormous international industry moving millions and tons of cargo, the shipping industry, is being maintained, regulated, controlled, rules being enacted, and how things are being conducted universally. So, you might be wondering, why should I know about IMO? It's because, see, this is a topic which is going to affect each and everyone who aspires to sail on the ships and to pursue a career in marine engineering, especially sailing. Therefore, end of the class, you will understand what are the implications of IMO, what are its aims, what are its various functions, how is it broken into different compartments, and what does it deal with, and how is it important to us right from the day one of sailing till the time we quit sailing. Therefore, we need to know. We know about the United Nations. It is an intergovernmental organization promoting international cooperation in shipping. And this international organization of the United Nations, we have now superseded what is called as the League of Nations, which was started in the mid-1950s. This League of Nations was an ineffective organization. It couldn't deal effectively with the sailing and the rules of sailing. Then, the organization was established on 24th October 1945 after the World War II to prevent another such World War. And when the UN Charter was first ratified by about 50 nations, including the 5 countries holding veto powers. Initially, we had, it started off as an IMO, or International Maritime Consultative Organization. Actually, since it was a consultative organization, the countries that were pioneering or trading in the sea, they were using it as a consultative organization to take counseling and consultations on topics which affected them in the shipping industry. But then it proved to be a toothless organization. Therefore, to make an effective organization to rigidly control the multivarious facets of shipping, the IMO came into organization. The United Nations has got 6 principal organs. The number 1 is the General Assembly. The second one is the Security Council. Third one is the Economic and Social Council. And then the Secretariat, the International Court of Justice, and United Nations Trusteeship Council. The founders of the United Nations said that international organization is dealing with different subjects, some humanitarian and technical. As a result of number of specialized agencies that established, and agencies which were already existed were brought within the framework of the United Nations. In 1944, the International Civil Aviation Organization was founded. The Food and Agricultural Association Organization (FAO) and the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization (UNESCO) were created in 1945, followed by the World Health Organization in 1947. The conference in Geneva was convened in 1948 to consider the establishment of a new organization to deal especially with the safety of the ships. And this conference ended with the operation of the Convention for the Establishment of an Intergovernmental Maritime Consultative Organization, or IMO. This IMO is the forerunner or the preceding organization for IMO, and later in 1982, IMO was renamed as the IMO, or International Maritime Organization. Okay. The member states, presently IMO has a strength of about 171 members, 170 legal members and the Cook Island, and the 3 associate members, the Faroe Islands, Hong Kong and Macau. The IMO's headquarters is in London, in the United Kingdom. It was formed to fulfill our desire to develop and maintain a comprehensive regulatory authority for framing the rules for shipping. IMO regulations, or some of the aims of IMO. First is the safety, then to address the environmental concerns, the legal matters pertaining to the shipping and hazards, technical cooperation among the members, maritime security, and the efficiency of shipping. In short, putting it in a nutshell, the overall objective are summed up as an IMO slogan, which says the aim of IMO is safe, secure, and efficient shipping on clean oceans. This is our main aim. So last, until this time, such international conventions have been initiated piecemeal, not only SOLAS. First, adopted in 1914, followed by the Titanic disaster. All of us must have at least heard, or many of us might have seen, the sinking of the Titanic, a ship that was built so rigidly, which broke after hitting an iceberg. Therefore, when the marine casualties became very severe, the worldwide, there was a big hue and cry, and ultimately, SOLAS, or the expansion for SOLAS, is safety of life at sea. Therefore, whoever be the person who is cruising on the seas, be it as an employee or even as a passenger, the safety of life at sea was summed up in what is called as a SOLAS, which is a treatise which deals effectively with all important aspects of shipping. IMO's first task was to update the convention, resulting in 1960 convention. A convention is nothing but a meeting. Okay, a meeting is organized among the nations, and then a general idea is put forth, it is deliberated, and then some resolutions are passed, and then they are brought into the framework as a rule, and then it has to be approved, and then agreed upon, and then they fix up a period wherein the window period for your amendments, if there is going to be any objections which have been raised, or any alterations, whatever is needed, that should be done in that, and then they set out as a date of implementation from where it becomes an effective rule altogether. Okay. Subsequently, recast and updated in 1974. It is a convention that has been subsequently modified, updated to adopt the changes in safety requirements and technology. That is why SOLAS is safety of life at sea. Next topic they worried about and they started concentrating upon is called as oil coal, which is a short form for oil pollution. Because from time immemorial, many of the unscrupulous ships have been pumping out oil into the sea and thereby polluting the seas with oil. Therefore, the main concern became the oil coal, which also resulted, apart from intentional pumping out of oil, when there were shipping accidents like collision or grounding, then the ships tend to rip open and then the oil gets contaminated into the sea. And because of the pollution, the marine life is affected, and most of the places, the seashore is a place of entertainment, merrymaking, and hoteliering and the tourism industries. They were getting affected. Therefore, the concern, they started emphasis on oil pollution. I.M.O. began its operations in 1958, bringing under its aegis certain other pre-existing instruments. And actually, this was existing earlier. There was a meeting in 1954 regarding pollution of the seas by IMO. It was called the IMO 1954. Though, through its existence, IMO has continued to introduce new and adopted instruments across a wide range of maritime issues, and the topics that IMO concentrated on, and the topics that IMO concentrated and developed upon or dwelt upon are as follows. First is solars and oil code, safety of life at sea and oil pollution, then safe navigation, and search and rescue. Search and rescue refers to when there is an unfortunate marine accident, where lives are put at stake, when people actually picked up from the sea after any of the marine accidents, then searching for them and rescuing from the seas, and then wreck removal. When a vessel is in distress, then it is already wrecked, then it has to be removed so that it doesn't form a hazard for shipping, and then the tonnage measurement for safe shipping, liability and compensation. In spite of all this, should there be any marine accident, then the question of compensation by the affected parties arises. And from where to claim, how to recover, who will arbitrate, under what guidelines, they are dealt in liability and compensation. And then ship recycling. A ship, like any other item, got a shelf life. Say service life period is about 25 or 30 years. Then after the same period of seaworthiness, the ship is scrapped, and then the plates are cut out. It is sent for the re-rolling mills. Then steel plates are run out, and new ships are getting built. That's what we call as ship recycling. And then training and certification of seafarers. I mean, different nations have different training and different standards in training and different mediums of instruction. When such is the case, when the question of employability of a seaman goes to the international market, then unless the standards of training and certification are made uniform, then it becomes difficult for people of various countries to join together and work on different ships. When we have a mixed crew, when we have multinational crew working on a single ship, unless the standards of their training, education, certification are uniform, the working becomes difficult. That is why training, certification of seafarers. And lastly, the new menace called as piracy. Nowadays, the ships are being used as a tool, and ransom is extracted from helpless sailors for no fault of theirs. And there are certain countries which are using piracy as a means of livelihood. In such a case, in order to ensure the safety of living, there are certain standard practices which IMO will inform and enforce, which we will study shortly. ISPS and MARPOL. See, more recently, SOLAS has been amended to bring in an increased focus on maritime security through the International Ships and Port Facility Security, or ISPS. This is primarily because of the menace of piracy. Since the piracy has crept in, and for no fault of this, when the sailors are being taken to task, when the lives are put at stakes, when they are held to ransom, when they are held as a hostage, how to save the ship, and in case if there is going to be a pirate attack, how to defend yourself, or how to react, that will be enforced. What is called as the ISPS code, and IMO has also increased its focus on air emissions from the ships. First we covered in oil code, we talked about oil pollution. Now they are also focusing on pollution of the air by the emissions from the ships, mostly from the funnel and uptake. Okay. So, having studied what is IMO and what are its aims, now let us see how is IMO structured, how is it functioning, what are the various wings or various departments of IMO. We will see shortly. The organization consists of mainly three things. One is the assembly, and the second one is the council, and the third one is the five main committees. My five main committees consist of the Maritime Safety Committee or MSC, and then Marine Environment Protection Committee or MARPOL, and then the Legal Committee to deal with the legal matters, and then the Technical and Cooperation and the Facilitation Committee, and a number of subcommittees to support the work of the main technical committee. The governing body of the IMO is the Assembly. It meets once in 2 years. Every 2 years, the Assembly, or all the members, meet. And in between Assembly sessions, a council consisting of 40 member states elected by the Assembly acts as the governing body. As I said, all the members form the General Assembly, and from the Assembly, 40 members are selected and they act as a governing body when the Assembly is not in session. And then the technical work for international maritime organization is carried out by a series of committees. The Secretariat consists of some 300 international civil servants headed by the Secretary General, and the current Secretary General is Koji Shikimizu, elected for 4 years on the 160th session of the IMO Council in June 2011 at the 27th session of the I.M.O. Assembly, and his mandate started on 1st January 2012. The previous General Secretary is the name given, and you should be happy to know that Mr. C.P. Sridhar from India himself was one of the Secretary General of I.M.O. in the year 1974. And then there are so many other people, especially among them is Efthymios Metropolis, whom as Emetians should be proud to share that he visited us, and he is the Chancellor of Amet University. Okay, the legal instruments. How is the legal framework or how is the legal work being carried out? IMO's source of 60 legal instruments that guide the regulatory development of its member states to improve safety at sea, facilitate trade among the seafaring states, and protect the conduct in the river. Well known are SOLAS, CORVET, PSC are some of the legal instruments. And the SOLAS we already know as the Safety and Life at Sea. CORVET stands for Pollution Regulations, and PSC stands for Port State Control. Okay, what are the functions? Now that we know what is IMO, what is the structure of IMO, what are the aims of IMO, let us see how does IMO function. IMO regularly enacts regulations which are broadly enforced by the national and local maritime authorities of the member countries. IMO has enacted a PSC authority, allowing domestic maritime authorities like Coast Guard to inspect foreign flagships calling at ports of any state ports. Memoranda of understanding or protocols are signed by some countries unifying port state control procedures among the signatories. It regulated in Article 28B, Maritime Safety Committee, any matter within the scope of organization concerned with aids to navigation, construction, and equipment of vessels, manning from a safety standpoint. This is very, very important because nowadays, with the rising oil prices, many of the countries try to cut corners by cutting down the workforce. In that case, regarding concerning the safety of the ship and its personnel, IMO stepped in and has enforced certain rules which are stipulating what should be the minimum required manpower. Because given a choice, the owners would like to automize more and cut down on the human elements. Therefore, they started this manning from a safety viewpoint, rules for prevention of pollutions, handling of dangerous cargo, maritime safety procedures, hydrographic information, logbooks, navigation records, money, cash out investigation, salvage and rescue, and any other matter directly affecting the maritime. Okay, now MSC or Maritime Safety Committee is all here. It's one of the main organs or committees of I.M.O. It provides the machinery for performing any duties assigned to it by the convention, the assembly or the council, or any duty to the scope of the authority which may be assigned to it by or under any other international instrument accepted by the organization. Okay, having regard to the provisions, the Maritime Safety Committee requested Assembly and interest of the whole work to maintain such close relationship with other bodies that is meant for the proper functioning of I.M.O. Maritime Safety Committee is the most senior of this and is the main technical committee. It mainly oversees the work of the 9 subcommittees and initiates new topics. On broad topics, it deals with the effect of human element on casualties. Because on an analysis of marine accidents, it has been found that about 85% of the accidents have been caused by human error. Therefore, apart from the machinery failures, the major contributor for the failures is the human element. Therefore, they are dealing with the effect of the human element on casualties. And this work has been put to all the subcommittees. Maritime Safety Committee developed a code for the management of ships, which will ensure agreed operational procedures are in place, followed by the ship and shoreside staff. The work of the subcommittees. What are the subcommittees? Safety of navigation, there is a subcommittee. Radio communications and search and rescue. Standards of cleaning and washkeeping, popularly called as STCW. Okay, and ship design and equipment. These are all the subcommittees. Fire protection, stability, load lines, fishing vessel safety, flag state implementation, dangerous goods, solid cargoes, containers, and bulk liquids and gases. The subcommittees work on numerous topics, including, for example, improvements in the design of passenger ships and the requirements of the storage and packaging of vast range of dangerous goods carried by the sea. Okay, now having seen MSc, we pass on to MARPOL or Maritime Environmental Protection Committee. It was established in November 1973. It is responsible for coordinating the activities in prevention and control of pollution of the marine environment of the ship. Their main thrust is on preventing the pollution of the sea. I.M.O. Safety and Security for the improvement of the maritime safety and prevention of marine pollution. I.M.O's main objective in the early 2000s, maritime security became another major focus for I.M.O. Next is the legal committee. The legal committee was originally established after the problems arising due to the Terry Canyon. Terry Canyon was a tanker. It went through an accident in 1967 and it was made temporarily first and then it became a permanent committee. It is responsible for considering any legal matters within the scope of our I.M.O. organization. Technical Cooperation Committee is responsible for coordinating the work of the organization in providing technical assistance in the maritime field and especially for such of those countries which are either underdeveloped or developing countries. Apart from the well-advanced pioneering countries, most of the other countries in Africa and Asia, when they are developing, they need technical cooperation, hence the Technical Cooperation Committee. There are other fringe groups or additional groups. For example, what we call as NGO. That is, Apart from this, a number of intergovernmental or non-governmental organizations that is called as the NGO, representing a wide variety of interests and the consultative status. The organization can attend meetings. Their input to the whole process of developing and defining international standards for shipping is greatly valued. The mission of the Maritime Organization as a United Nations Specialized Agency is to promote safe, secure, environmentally sound, efficient, and suitable shipping through cooperation. How can this be accomplished? This will be accomplished by adopting the highest practicable standards for maritime safety and security, efficiency of navigation, and prevention and control of pollution of the ships, as well as thorough conservation of related legal matters and effective implementation of I.M.O.'s instruments with a view to the universal and uniform application. Okay, now coming to the priorities. Since the work of I.M.O. is multifarious and so vast, let us see what are the highest priorities for I.M.O. I.M.O. highest priority will be the safety of the human life. In particular, emphasis will be accorded to ensuring that all systems related to enhancing the safety of human life are adequate, including those concerned with large numbers of people, enhancing technical cooperation and safety management standards, eliminating shipping that fails to meet and maintain these standards on a continuous basis, and increasing the emphasis on the role of the human element in shipping. So, highest priority is concentrating on the human element. Therefore, coming back to what we have been saying so far, summing up, I.M.O. stands for safe shipping, secure shipping, environmentally sound shipping, efficient shipping, sustainable shipping, adoption of the highest practicable standards, implementation of instruments, and capacity building. Okay. Now, we already gave a brief glimpse of what is an NGO. Let us see what is NGO. NGO means non-governmental organizations, non-governmental international organizations that could make contribution to the work of I.M.O. may be granted consultative status by the Council with the approval of the Assembly. Therefore, such those who are desirous of contributing their mind, then they could apply to the Secretary General and I.M.O. London, and then get the process initiated and get the approval of the I.M.O. through the Assembly and the Council. Then we have IGOs. Apart from NGOs, NGO stands for non-governmental organization. IGO stands for intergovernmental organizations. I.M.O. may enter into agreement for cooperation with other intergovernmental organizations on matters of common interest to ensure maximum coordination in related matters. Today, there are 61 intergovernmental organizations which have signed agreements of cooperation with the I.M.O. Thank you. Any doubts? Any points not understood? Or anything new or confusing? Please raise your doubts. I'm here to clarify. Well, if there are more doubts, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your patient listening.